And now he's made a motion for an acquittal or a new trial.
Imagine walking into court expecting a breakthrough, only to face a verdict that changes your future forever. That's exactly where Diddy found himself after his federal trial ended. He was acquitted of racketeering and sex trafficking, both charges that could have put him behind bars for life, but found guilty on 2 counts of transporting individuals for prostitution under the Mann Act, each count carrying up to 10 years in prison. Initially, prosecutors were looking at 51 to 63 months, but Diddy's defense was pushing for a sentence range of just 21 to 27 months, citing time already served. Now, with sentencing set for October 3rd, 2025, Diddy has demanded something dramatic: a new trial or even an outright acquittal. And here's what's going down next.
Yes, my understanding is that we have reached out.
Reached out is one thing, having a conversation is another. Do you know if there have been active conversations about a pardon?
Yes, it's my understanding that we've reached out and had conversations in reference to a pardon.
First, his legal team filed a motion with the court arguing that the verdict on the Mann Act charges was unjust and legally flawed. They say the law was being misapplied, that Diddy didn't profit from or coerce anyone, and there was no financial motive. They point out that, to their knowledge, he's the only person convicted under this statute for behavior that lacks commercial benefit or exploitation. On top of that, they argue the videos shown, what they call amateur pornography, should never have been admitted because they were only relevant due to the charges that were dismissed. Without racketeering or trafficking in play, that evidence shouldn't have influenced the jury.
Combs will sign a $50 million bond secured by his home in Miami. Wow, that's some home, right? The bond will be co-signed by 3 financially responsible people. He'll stay in Miami. He'll limit his travel to court in Florida or coming to New York to see his attorneys.
And it's not just the content of the motion, but who he's assembled to deliver it. Brian Steele, famous for defending Young Thug in a RICO case, was added to Diddy's team as of April 15th. His appointment represents serious firepower. Steele is known for defending complex, high-profile cases with disciplined precision. Joining Mark Agnifilo, Tenny Geragos, Alexandra Shapiro, Anna Estevao, and Xavier Donaldson, the defense is hoping this lineup will strengthen their push for a retrial or reversal. While the motion is pending, Diddy remains in custody. The judge denied his bail request again, this time over $50 million, citing concerns about public safety and flight risk despite his acquittals. Officials cited his past violent behavior and continued allegations as part of their rationale. He's still held at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, an environment his team says is dangerous and not suitable for the ongoing proceedings. All this brings something bigger into play: how the Mann Act is interpreted. If Diddy's convictions are thrown out or reversed, defense lawyers across the country might use that as precedent. Could consensual, non-commercial sexual scenarios be prosecuted under the same law meant for human trafficking? If this verdict is overturned, we're looking at potential precedent that reshapes how the Mann Act is applied. On top of these legal maneuvers, there's a political angle. Sources say some individuals close to Diddy have quietly explored whether a presidential pardon is possible, but his lawyers are not formally pursuing that. Reports say certain people offered substantial sums to Trump's team, while Trump himself appeared reluctant, pointing to past negative remarks Diddy made about him during the campaign. At this point, a pardon is not a legal tactic, more of a rumor swirling in his orbit. Let's not forget the context. This motion is coming at a time with serious fallout already active. Diddy faces at least 70 civil lawsuits from alleged victims. A Netflix docuseries, executive produced by 50 Cent, is also in the works, framing the narrative through public media. The environment around him is a storm.
One person who was always anti-Diddy and was always speaking about Diddy as a problematic person was 50 Cent. And it turns out that it's just been announced that he's created a docu-series on Netflix. I can't wait to see this. The other end of that, every person who has tried to speak out about this, who has tried to speak out about the industry, the type of people that are controlling the industry, the attacks that people face from the media if they try to speak out, is always the same. They're called crazy.
According to one legal expert, overturning convictions is extraordinarily rare. But if the defense succeeds, this may be one of those rare exceptions. They're arguing extraordinary circumstance, misapplied statute, prejudiced ruling, and improper evidence. Diddy's ongoing legal battle hasn't just shaken up his career, it's cast a heavy shadow over his entire family. His children, who range from teenagers to grown adults, have always been used to living in the spotlight, but this level of attention feels completely different. Now it's not just about glitzy red carpet moments or music industry events. It's about court appearances, paparazzi swarming outside their homes, and their father's name dominating news headlines for all the wrong reasons. Some of his kids have pulled way back from social media, posting rarely and keeping their personal lives off display. Others have been spotted quietly standing by his side during tense court days, trying to show support while dodging the chaos. Extended family members are feeling the heat too. While a few have doubled down on loyalty, staying close to Diddy during this storm, others are choosing to step away from the glare to avoid being caught in the middle of a legal mess they had no hand in. Behind the scenes, the family is said to be tightening security and prioritizing privacy, knowing that speculation and rumors can be just as damaging as the case itself. Now, everything hinges on what happens between now and sentencing on October 3rd. If the judge grants a new trial, then all the evidence may be reevaluated. If the conviction is overturned, Diddy could walk free. If not, he faces sentencing in just a few weeks, and potentially years behind bars. Do you think Diddy has a legitimate shot at overturning this verdict? Can a term as ambiguous as transportation for prostitution stand up when there's no financial profit or coercion? And should private amateur pornography of consenting adults ever influence a criminal jury? Let us know what you think in the comments. Subscribe below so you don't miss another update in this roller coaster of celebrity and court drama. This story's far from over.